Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic the nature and scope of personal psychology from the Unit 1 framework of personal psychology. As per the definition of psychology, it's a study of mind and behavior of a human being. Some psychologists study the functions of the brain and their influence on behavior in human being, and others explore how personality develops and changes over the course of life of a human being. Still, other psychologists are interested in exploring how psychology can improve a life in the workplace. Here, the life is the human being life. The term psychology has been derived from the two Greek words. One is psyche, which means soul, and the other word is logo, which means mind. So, the combined form of psyche and logo, which is psychology, and it was studied under philosophy before 1870. It emerged as an independent discipline in 1879. The word psychology was first used in the book named Psychologia. It was written by Rodolphe Gauquel in the year 1590. Wikipedia's list of psychology branches currently identifies more than 90 distinct branches, which means we have more than 90 types of psychology are up to date. It's added into the Wikipedia. Say, for example, just look at the scenario of a woman who is diagnosed with a depression. Now, how do you solve the women's problem? So, you will have to go through the various questions. With these questions, you have to approach the women so that you will come to know how you can help her to recover from that. The first question: what is the cause of the depression for her? Is it her biology or chemical imbalances in her brain? Or is it an evolutionary predisposition? Perhaps it is caused by experiences in her past or something else that triggered a downward spiral of emotions. Or maybe it is caused by the social factors or cultural expectations. So these things you could go through. In fact, these are all things play a role in her depression. That could be the reason. As you see the 5 pillars of psychology, we have categorized into 5 different aspects. One is biological aspects, where we have biopsychology, neuroscience, sensation, and consciousness. The second pillar is cognitive, which talks about perception, thinking, intelligence, and memory of a person. The third pillar is developmental, where it explains about the learning and lifespan development of human being. The fourth pillar is social and personality, which talks about social life and personality development, emotional intelligence, and motivational factors. The fifth pillar, which is the mental and physical health, which explains the abnormal status of a person, the various therapies for that remedies, and the stress lifestyle and the health. So these 5 pillars are strongly categorized into the psychology aspects. So now, what is personal psychology? See, personal psychology is a subfield of the industrial organizational psychology, which is focusing on recruiting candidates, hiring the candidates, and look into their performance appraisal when they are working. Personal psychologists also helping identifying the skill set of people, the right person for the right job. So that matching is also done by the personal psychologist. Also, they are creating the selection method for every recruitment process, and that make them the selection is very effective and efficient. Personal psychologists are also helping in identifying the required skill set of job, also playing a major role in the training method. So The new hired employees are trained using the personal psychology concepts. The history of personal psychology, as you just we went back, it started to take off during World War One when thousands of soldiers needed to job placements. So as a result, psychologists were required, so they were being hired to develop the placement test and procedures for selecting officers into the army, navy, air force, and all the uh, areas. So the work of personal psychologists in those particular period during the World War One and Two, they set a precedent for procedures used today, so such as rating scales and personality inventories and group testing and evaluation of a person through some kind of psychometric test. So all these were part of that uh, selection process. So when you fast forward to the 1960s and the civil rights movements, like legislation was passed to the product of minority workers because in working place there would be minor different type and categories of workers. So the policy was created as the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, was referred as EEOC, where the employer is to ensure equal opportunity for all, regardless of race, color, sex, nationality, religion, age, or disability. In fact, the industrial organizational psychology and personal psychologists were involved in the creation of this particular policy. Now, almost all the personal psychologists were hired to ensure the activities from the process of hiring, promotion, and the harassment prevention, firing, training, and wages in all performance appraisal stages without affecting the violation of any kind of codes. Personal psychology has been completely implemented and it is performing its role. Thank you. Let us see in the next class.